What is going on, and welcome back. And today I'm going to show you how to find, catch, clean and cook European perch, also known as redfin. So yeah, let's get into it.
Oh yeah.
I think you could, oh, fish right there. Alright, so the time you want to come out depends on the time of year, and the same with how deep they've been sitting. So at the moment it's the start of May. We've seemed to be catching them between 7 and 11 a.m. So we're out here at 7 a.m. and they've been sitting at about 9 to 10 meters. So how to find them? If you haven't been there out catching them already, you would want to start trawling, try and find them. Once you start catching a few trawling, you start drifting, and then once you find them there, you anchor on top of them and then bait fish for them. And for the trawling, any small deep diving lure would work. So what we use is a Halco RMG, the ones that go a bit deeper. So first step is trawling. So today we're going to skip straight to drifting with bait because we have an idea of where they are already. For the bait, when they're biting, they just about eat anything. So you got prawns, worms, yabbies. You could probably even just use a bit of red wool and you'd catch them. But today we got worms and some yabbies. Yeah, we'll find the spot, start drifting, and then once we catch a few, we'll anchor up. Alright, so for the rig, you just want to use a simple paternoster rig, and you only need small hooks and a small sinker. I'll quickly show you how to tie that. So your hook goes on first. I'm just going to sit that down there.
About 9 here.
There we go. You just want to granny knot that sinker down the bottom, just tie it on. Then you want to grab your hook and kind of grab your main line, pinch it and pull it back. So you should get something like that, the hook hanging off a bit. Just want to wrap that around your main line and tie it off there. And there you go, simple paternoster rig. Your bait's going to be sitting off the bottom. I'm going to use some yabbies. Going to drop that right here. Now today's a lot windier, so we're going to be drifting pretty fast here. It might be a bit more challenging to get onto them. So we're just going to keep repositioning up and back just along this bit here till we start finding them. And if you don't have an idea of where they are, you can also look at the banks, and if you see any gullies, they like to sit in the gullies. Oh, this is about the smallest one we've ever seen, and he took a yabby. First fish, and he's the size of my thumb. Look at him. It's definitely a lot more challenging when it's windy. Not big?
No,
that's what it was like mine, yeah. They're only small today. You got it? Yeah, we seem to be catching smaller ones at the moment. Hopefully some bigger ones start moving in. So the wind's dying off a little bit now. Hopefully it completely goes. We have found them, but they've only been real small. So at the moment we've just been trying to look for some bigger ones. Another small one. I'm thinking the plan is we might drop anchor on these small ones and hope some bigger ones come in. I'm just going to drop the anchor right in front of you.
Yeah, go for it. Then we'll just go back. Yeah. Nice depth this here. What did you find them? Hey? What much did you find? Yeah, I hope it's a bit bigger. Yeah, we're in.
Pulling a bit. That's a better one. Yeah. It'd be a good fillet. About 35.
Oh, let's put a yabby on. I'll play that yabby. Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah.
That brake must be going right under you, is it?
Another one. Not too big. Come back. Now that I'm looking at the sticky here, it says Redfin and then in brackets English perch. They're not European perch, it's English perch. Just thought it would be the same for the carp. That says in brackets European carp. But nah, English perch. Is he? Another small one? Yep, that is another small one.
I told you.
Alright, so it looks like the bite window is finished. Still ended up catching a couple fish for a feed. The conditions wasn't too great for fishing this morning, but what can you do? You gotta adapt to it. So we've found the fish, we've caught the fish. Now we've just gotta clean the fish and cook the fish. I reckon we'll go put the boat on and go do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep, sounds like a plan. Alright, we're at home now. So now I'm going to show you how to clean this redfin. First of all, you want to make sure you have a sharp knife. And there's the redfin. Alright, so with most fish, you'd think the first step is to gut them. Not with redfin, you don't have to do that. You can take the fillets off them without gutting them or gilling them. So the first incision you want to make is right behind the gill plate. You should feel it because it's very hard to cut through. You go behind this fin here and the gill plate, which is right here, and kind of angle it towards the head. So now that you got that first incision done, you want to grab your knife. So you just want to make a little incision all the way along the top of his fin on his backbone. Then we get right to the end of that top fin. You want to push it all the way through his stomach and his bum. And go along his spine. All the way to the end of his tail. So it should look like this. You can lift the bottom up like that. Now at this stage, you want to lift that one side up right at the top and slowly cut along the bones. You don't need to put any force on it. You should just let the blade glide across the top of the bones. And just go around that rib cage. And now your fillet should be off like this. You just want to cut right there. That's one side. So we'll just do the exact same on the other side. You want to be a lot careful on this other side because it's always a lot harder to do the second side. So again, behind his gill plate to the top of his head. Just like that. Along his back fin till you get to the end there. Push it all the way through and just follow the spine. There we go. And just slowly go up around the ribs. Nice little ones, no pressure. Let the knife do the work. There we go. Cut that bit off there. So if you do manage to get any fins or anything in it, you can just cut them off about now. We'll start off with this one to skin. How to skin them. Put your finger right on the end of his tail. Just cut a little bit, but angle it down towards the top, but don't go through the skin. And once you get that first bit, you should be right. Just run it along the whole fish. The redfin have pretty tough skin and lots of scales on them, so it should be alright when you're doing it. There we go, there's one. There's the skin. Small cut to the skin. Put your 2 fingers there. Hold it down and just run your knife through it. There we go. Fillet number 2. How good's that? So we're just going to give this a quick rinse and it should be ready to cook. They just want to wash all the blood that's still in them. But since it's been on ice for a little bit, it shouldn't have much blood in it at all. But it will clean it up a bit. Alright, so now we're just gonna cook them up. And I reckon the best way is just a simple breadcrumb and fry. Can't go wrong with that with redfin. Bit of flour. Some breadcrumbs. Best ones to use is panko. So before you do anything with this here, you just want to pat it dry. Make sure it's very dry. Otherwise the oil will start spitting at you. Make sure it's hot. She is ready. Second one. There we go. Our redfin fillets. Nothing beats redfin for fresh water. It's just simply the best.
You nailed that one.
There we go. That's how to find, catch, clean and cook redfin. Well, I hope you learned something new and liked this video. And if you did, why not check out some of my other ones, and I'll see you in the next one.